Duke University Common App essays. Let's talk about them. So first off, there's this prompt. 250 words. It's a classic Y School essay. Just like with any Y School essay, you can always cite the courses, professors, and student organizations of your interest. All of those resources are going to be available for you on the school website. But we can go beyond that. For one, Duke has an unparalleled combination of academic and extracurricular life. Where else can you find stellar academics with some of the best sports teams in the country? Another thing, Duke's status as a member of the North Carolina Research Triangle means cooperation with other universities and lots of funding opportunities for cutting-edge research. Something else you may be interested in mentioning? Take a look at our school tour video, walk around campus with us, and see what the vibe is. What do you like about campus? You can also mention that there. In addition, there's some optional essays we can choose. Pro tip, anytime a university says that essays are optional, you should probably do them. Even though it's not mandatory to complete these essays to submit the application, it's one other step that you can take to separate yourself from the competition. There are 5 prompts to choose from and 2 can be selected. Let's break them down. First one, perspective. How have you gained a unique perspective in your life? Have you overcome any kind of severe challenge, such as an educational barrier or maybe an illness? What about a meaningful travel experience that really fundamentally changed how you see the world? All good topics for the perspective response, especially when you make it unique to your experience. Next one, intellectual experience. This in a way is like a Y major prompt. You could talk about a subject of your interest, but more importantly than just citing what you have learned in the classroom, talk about how you've had some kind of experience in the world that really builds upon that knowledge. If you want to study biology, maybe talk about some time that you spent shadowing at a hospital or working in a research lab that really fundamentally underpins your interest in biology and what you hope to do with it. Maybe you want to study something in the social science, and working or volunteering at a community organization really gave you insight into the folks that you're trying to learn more about. Number 3, beliefs and values. Another opportunity for you to talk about some of the issues that you're really passionate about. Bonus points if you can connect this to some kind of extracurricular experience. For instance, if you're a member of Model UN, you can cite some of the interesting conversations that you've had around political interests that are flaring up in the world and how your perspective has changed and evolved over time. Or by doing community service and working alongside somebody who mentored you, you fundamentally changed how you viewed social issues. Number 4, orientation, identity, and expression. If you feel that your gender or sexual identity holds special meaning to you, then elaborate and tell the admissions committee why. For instance, maybe you've joined an affinity group that works to strengthen marginalized voices in this space. Or maybe as a member of the school newspaper team, you've written articles delving a little bit more into these issues and your place within that environment. And finally, at 5, we have being different. Now, as the prompt says, this can go beyond gender expression, maybe into an area like race, but it doesn't have to be limited to those facets of identity. Other aspects of identity like family background, a hobby or passion or interest, socioeconomic status, being a first-generation college student. These are all things that you could talk about. But go beyond just sharing whatever this aspect of your identity is. Talk about your struggles and finding your place within a broader community because of this aspect of identity. And of course, to showcase your resilience, talk about how you learn to overcome. So which of these 5 should you choose? Honestly, that really comes down to what you feel are the most compelling aspects of your application that haven't already been shared elsewhere. Remember, your application is like a mosaic, so you want each individual piece to provide a different perspective to create a bigger portrait of who you are. Choose prompts that are complementary, not redundant. For instance, you may find prompts 4 and 5 similar in your case. If so, then switch it up a little bit and choose a different prompt. Ultimately, when it comes down to selecting these prompts, you know yourself better than anyone else. But of course, you can always get a second opinion from a mentor, a teacher, a family member, a friend, or an advisor. You got this.